Hello students, hope you all are well and staying at home, and I am always praying for your well-being. We have been discussing the reference sources and then different types of these reference sources, and in our previous video lecture we were discussing the criteria for evaluation of reference and information sources. It is in that the same sequence that we from today onwards will try to evaluate different kinds of these different categories of reference and information sources. Let us start with the important category, which is the background sources of information. Dear students, background sources of information is one of the categories which is there in your syllabus, and today let us see what is the concept of these background sources, what is the importance, and what are some of the examples that are the representative examples of this category of source, and then we will see the evaluation of some of the prominent examples of these background sources. Our today's discussion will be focusing on these four important areas, which is let us today see first the background sources, then the examples which are important in case of the background sources, those are the encyclopedias, and then importance of encyclopedias, and then finally we will be giving the evaluation or the criteria of evaluation of Encyclopedia Britannica as an example of background source. Dear students, first you have to remember that background sources are those sources in the reference category which are available in almost all libraries, that these sources are useful in giving the historical accounts of different areas of knowledge. They give the origin or the flow of ideas in different subjects. In case of the research, when we talk of the background of or creation of the outline of a particular idea, we always tell our research scholars that you have to go through different background sources so that you can have the idea of the background of the area which you are going to pursue in your research. So these sources are helping those research scholars at that time. They give the outline of the information, they give the summary of the knowledge, and definitely they are there in multiple areas of knowledge. It is not only the one category of these background sources, there are general sources which are giving the background related to the different multiple facets of or areas of knowledge, and some are specific in nature definitely. Now why I have given the example of encyclopedia in background sources, dear students, these encyclopedias are basically the first and the foremost examples which are included in the background sources, because these sources are giving the wider connotations of the knowledge. These are said to be as the gametes of the ideas of universe of knowledge. That is why when we try to define and discuss the encyclopedias, we say it is a complete system of learning. It is a cycle of knowledge. Sometimes some authors have represented it and defined it. Some say it is a companion of knowledge, where wider areas of knowledge are available. It is being said that normally these encyclopedias are not written by single authors, but they are experts from multiple or diverse fields of knowledge. These encyclopedias are said to be as a backbone of library services in any library setting, any kind of library which you are knowing that there are different categories of libraries, and these encyclopedias are very important sources of knowledge. Now let us see The importance of these encyclopedias briefly we will discuss, because the presentation I will be sharing with you, and the material along with that, the reading contents I am giving to you separately. It is the encyclopedias which are consulted for concise, sometimes digested, or in some cases the simplified account of the topics. It is supposed to be impartial in nature, the information that is available in encyclopedias, because they are being compiled by multiple editors, so there needs to be some neutrality in the ideas. That is why they try to give different viewpoints on different subjects. They provide the historical background or accounts of different topics of different subjects. These are again very important, because the references that are enlisted in those sources, they are again very important. The indexes, they are also very important in case of these encyclopedias, because it is an index which helps in getting the different access points whereby the contents or the text of these encyclopedias can be they can be retrieved, they can be read and consulted. Broadly, there are two categories of encyclopedias. They are based on the areas of knowledge that they are covering, like the general encyclopedia and the subject encyclopedias. Though as the name indicates, the first category is that encyclopedia which covers the universe of knowledge. It is not limited to a particular discipline or subject, while as the subject encyclopedias, they are limited, they are specific to a particular domain of knowledge. The same thing which you can interpret from the general encyclopedias. These cover wider branches of knowledge. They are popular because they are much more in use as compared to the subject specific encyclopedias. The examples are there as Encyclopedia Britannica, Encyclopedia Americana, Collier's encyclopedias. These are the examples which are there in the general encyclopedia. While as in case of the subject encyclopedia, we talk of our own encyclopedia which is in the field of library science. Then very important another example is the McGrath Encyclopedia of Science and Technology. These are limited to a particular domain, these are limited to a particular discipline. So the information which is available in those subject encyclopedias, they are much more specific in nature to the domain or discipline. Now you people might be knowing that in your syllabus you have the evaluation of different sources, mostly the representative examples. In case of the background sources, and in particularly the encyclopedias, those Encyclopedia Britannica and Americana, they are the most important examples that has to be there, and they have to be evaluated. So an overview of these two important sources. One Encyclopedia Britannica, and definitely in the next class I'll be giving the description of Encyclopedia Americana. Currently it is available in 32 volumes. The evaluation that is being discussed there, it is that of the 15th edition. We will talk it separately, that authority, the agency which is primarily responsible for the production of this Britannica, Encyclopedia Britannica, it is the Encyclopedia Britannica Incorporation. The URL of the current available Encyclopedia Britannica is also available there, and it is an example of a general encyclopedia which you people are knowing, because I have cited the example earlier. A little bit of overview of this Encyclopedia Britannica. It is very important source in a reference library, in a reference collection, because from this slide you can have or get an idea. It is written and updated by 100 full-time editors. Dear students, there are 4,000 contributors. Among those 4,000 contributors, there are 110 Nobel Prize winners. 5 American presidents have written the article in Encyclopedia Britannica. And it is around 40 million words are there, and 500,000 topics are in Encyclopedia Britannica. Then it was published in 1768 and 1771. Between these 3 years, it was first edition of this Encyclopedia Britannica was published. It was initially in 3 volumes, but now it is in 32 volumes. This encyclopedia has been now seized. Its print edition has been seized now. It is available online through by the name Encyclopedia Britannica Online. Uh, 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 The structure, it is very important that the encyclopedia is in 32 volumes, so definitely there has to be some kind of arrangement, there has to be some kind of peculiar feature whereby the easiness of the contents should be retrieved, should be consulted by the readers. So that is why it has been divided into three parts, three structures. One is Propoedia, as it indicates, it is a historical hierarchical outline of the knowledge, which is consisting of one volume of out of the 32 volumes. Then Micropedia, it is that part where it consists of some short essays. It is used for ready reference sources. It is gives the shorter summaries of different articles or different topics. It consists of 12 volumes of the Encyclopedia Britannica. And then the third comprehensive part is the Macropedia, which is lengthy articles are there. The comprehensive essays are written there on different topics. It consists of 19 volumes of the Encyclopedia Britannica. Now you can get the details from internet, from so many different sources, but simply in order to help you, guide you how to evaluate these sources or some other sources, we will be trying to evaluate this particular source. Authority as such, Britannica, Encyclopedia Britannica Incorporation, a very famous agency responsible for its publication. Then there is no doubt in the authority, and I have mentioned also the contributors, the editors of this Encyclopedia Britannica, that again reveals the authority. Then scope, it is a ready reference source, maximum students and resource scholars are using it. Then it is highly organized source. Even you will be getting it in the seminar library as well as in the Maulana library, that this source is highly comprehensive in nature. You can get almost all kinds of these topics or areas of knowledge are being covered. Shorter essays are there along with the detailed description in the Macropedia. It covers wider areas of knowledge. It covers from multiple facets. It is said to be as the queen of reference sources. That is very important source in any kind of library reference section. Arrangement is basically, as I have initiated earlier, that it is divided into three major segments, that is Propoedia, Micropedia and Macropedia. Then dear students, each volume of Micropedia is about 1000 pages. 2-page list of abbreviations are there, and then the source is available in the seminar library. You can evaluate further on the basis of the physical copy which should be available to you. Then we talk of the index. It is again very important that it provides the index into other sections of the document. Hard binding is there, paper quality. I have been evaluating the source, helping the students, quality of papers, and along with the ink, it is very of high quality. Paper binding, hard binding of all the volumes is there. And then you can see the Micropedia. It is consists of 3 columns per page. Organization is alphabetically. You can get the details there. That the source as such is attractive in nature. You have a good quality of text. You have the good quality pages. Everything is up to the mark. Then there are illustrations are there. Some of these letters which are very important are the topics which has been discovered. They are in bold faces. Then special features of the source is that so many different special features, but I have mentioned some of them. The Propoedia, it is supposed to be as a content page guide to the whole 31 volumes of the source. References that are there, they are very comprehensive, and they give the detailed description where the articles have been taken, the ideas have been taken. For you as the master's level students, you need to sometimes mention a little bit of idea related to the critical evaluation, because in the critical evaluation, what the students are presumed to be assessing the source in terms of the its usefulness, it is some unique features whereby the source can be judged critically, like the explanations which are written in the micropedia. Then very important kind of the C micropedia option is available, whereby if some researchers are consulting the micropedia, definitely then they need to, if the article is interested and they are the area is of their interest, then they can consult the micropedia, where the references in the micropedia itself is given, so that the users can directly go to the page number or that particular chapter or that particular alphabet. Propedia acts as an access tool, whereby every kind of the content that is available in the 31 volumes is being described, is being outlined in the with the help of Propedia. The source is being updated by another publication which is named as the Britannica Book of the Year. Dear students, this is an annual volume. On the basis of these annual accumulations, the updation of the Encyclopedia Britannica is being undertaken. It has been published, started its publication since 1938. It includes the new researches, the new knowledge, the new changes that are going on in different areas of knowledge. It incorporates them and publishes the annual supplements, then which are then incorporated in the new editions of the Encyclopedia Britannica. This is all for today's lecture on the background sources, and then the representative example of Encyclopedia Britannica. Then in the next lecture we will be discussing Encyclopedia Americana, where we will be talking of the source, its evaluation, and the critical examination of the source. And at the last, I would thank all of you for watching the video, and do remember in your prayers, stay home, stay safe. Thank you very much.